get your message out to over 2 million homes. Call Positive Promotions at 302-292-3994 or log on to our website at posprotv.com.
Oh, thank you. Welcome back here. Not as loud without you in that audience. How are you?
I'm pretty obnoxious.
Yeah. You go, how you doing?
Good.
Yeah. Life's doing you really well. I mean, you've got the production company. Let's talk about that a little bit. TNT Productions. Been doing that now for, well, let's see, 16 years.
Yeah, we about the same time we started doing business.
Yeah. You're probably a year ahead of me, so I gave you that 16 year. And but you've been out there doing some other things too. I want to get to that, but let's talk. I'll give you a chance to plug your production company because you do such good work on that. And
thank you.
I want to let people know, and this reaching out to Philly and New Jersey and stuff, so your chance to tell them where they can go and find all that information.
Well, thanks, Tim. I think the big thing on the production side, you know, Walt at my office running operations, multimedia is a big part of our business. I think a lot of people right now are trying to get rid of paper trails, and they're trying to figure out, well, how do we meet technology where it is? So it was really neat to be able to build it. Through my boxing background, I had about 20 fights on network television, so I met a lot of great production people. And with that opportunity, bringing good people in to do the work, we build interactive CDs and DVDs, literally. We get their brochures and put it to PDF files and load it in their CD or DVD with video clips. So it's digital technology at its best.
And I got to say, you went out there, you kind of jumped the gun on that because a lot of people, you've been doing that for quite a few years now. Yeah. A lot of people are just now getting started in that, and you've got a lot of experience already with it. So I wanted to get that, and they can find more information by going to TNT.com.
TNTvideo.com. Yeah,
TNT Video. Yeah. But let's go to the fights because I got really excited here when I heard that you were getting back into the ring, and not getting back in the ring physically, but you were getting back in the ring and doing some things because you had that bad taste in your mouth for many, many years over boxing. And have you seen a change in it a little bit? Did it make, because I was reading an article written back then where some people said you're going to hear where it's pre-Tiberi and after Tiberi, you know. So, you know, do you see a difference in boxing?
I really do, Tim. I think what's happened since '92, I was only two ways I said I'd ever enter the ring again. One was on their own rule books through the subcommittee on investigations that the Tony fight would be overturned, because during that fight, the two judges through the investigation that awarded him the fight were unlicensed. And the licensed judge, Frank Burnett, gave me the fight 117, 111 in a blowout. So that was one way, and New Jersey still would not overturn the decision. The old saying is, you must be part of the problem.
Right.
So then the other way, since they wouldn't do that, the only other way would be national legislation being passed. And I had a great opportunity of working with the late Senator Bill Roth, Senator John McCain, Senator Sam Nunn, locally Senator Joe Biden that was involved. We ended up getting the Ali bill passed. And so that was my step back in. I said, I still have a lot to contribute. 11 years after my fight, the Ali bill was signed by President Bill Clinton. And from that step forward, we started, moving forward, I said, well, now's an opportunity to continue to help with the reform.
Right, and when you say that...
What's the Ali bill, if you don't mind me asking? I don't know what that is.
It's a good question, Kevin. The Ali bill initially, the initial bill that was put in place, and what I was fighting for was a national commission like football, baseball, and basketball.
Okay.
Boxing is the only sport, major sport, that generates $7,500, $150 million on one pay-per-view fight. But at the same time, it's very fractured in America. Pennsylvania's got a strong commission. New York has a strong commission. So if I'm Don King or one of the promoters and I don't see it working out in those areas and I can't work with that commission, I'll go to the South where there's a weak commission. So it's very fractured. So the Ali bill is a watered-down version of what we really wanted. But what it does do is it starts addressing competitive fights, so there's no mismatches. I met Greg Page's wife last night at the Taj Mahal. Greg went into a coma, and now he's a heavyweight. That was a great heavyweight champion. Yeah. And he's in a wheelchair right now because he was put in a fight in Kentucky after they so-called washed up. And he got knocked out on his feet, and it was not a ringside doctor. It took 20 minutes before it was even addressed.
It was for the money. In other words, it was all for the money. And what you put into play is kind of govern a group that's going to govern that nationwide.
And health and safety, correct. And addressing health and safety and uniformity is developed, just like NBA, NFL, one national czar, one national commissioner that will oversee the whole sport, where they would send out the referees, the judges. And that way the promoter does not. Right now, promoters in most states have a say on who the judges of a fight are.
Oh, so it doesn't sound very fair.
It doesn't. And then, of course, if you're a promoter and you're working with the commission and your economic development, you're bringing in $50 million, it becomes money.
Yeah. And
money driven.
Or if the other fighter just signed a contract with HBO for fights in the future.
Right. Yeah.
Kind of reflection back. Do you have to keep bringing up the negative stuff? but I got excited because you're back into it. You know that, and that told me something changed in boxing, because you said to me that you're never going to get back into it until you saw a change in boxing. Right. So you're seeing that change. But now, as we was talking at the press conference that you just had not too long back, now being a promoter, you get to see that it's done right. Because you're the promoter itself, so you're watching all that, and and I know how you are. For those people out, and there's not a straighter shooter than what you are, as far as honesty and integrity and that, and you stand by that. Turned down millions of dollars, Kevin.
Yeah,
I don't know if you understand that.
Yeah.
To get back in the ring at the time would not do it. So, and I've always, said that was the greatest thing I've ever seen anybody do, is just walk away from the money like that when you had that opportunity. Wish you did. No.
Because I could use a loan.
We vacationing. But you did that. Now you're back into it, and you just did your first promotion. And I was so excited to come out and see that and what a success it was. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, we ended up the first big promotion. We did the initial one in July at the Hocus and Pal, and it was great because working with the Pal, and some of my mentors are here tonight, which you'll hear from Mr. T, John Thornton, Ronnie Branch, and Joe Barbisi. These guys are legendary Delaware fighters. Every state has, in the North that is, New York, Philadelphia, they have their legendary fighters, and you have them tonight. So I got a chance to play a part working with them on this last promotion, but the first one at the Hocus and Pal was exciting because we put a fight card on with limited budget, and every single fight was competitive. And after the fight, the best thing I heard was, one thing we enjoyed about your fights was we know they weren't top-notch fighters, but they were all competitive.
Yeah, which is good.
Yeah,
it makes for a good event.
Cats give me that signal, so that means I'm going to have to wrap things up with you so we get time to talk to the legends.
Well, you can leave him out here, and I'll step off so you can get all of them up here to talk.
Yeah, we got 4 of them coming out, so
three more plus him.
Yeah, we can make it. We can squeeze them on. So we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get a chance. Maybe we'll stay out here with us and go one-on-one with the legends. You don't want to go anywhere. We'll be back in, what is it?
2 and 2.
All right, stay with us.
To find out more about the Tim Qualls Show and other Positive Promotion productions, then log on to our website at www.posprotv.com.